Body parts. Of course, body parts are very nice. They're very simple, but they are very fun and necessary to know at the beginning of learning any language. Of course, the first one, we have the movie Inside Out. Inside Out is one of my favorite Pixar films. We are looking at joy. Joy is another word for happiness, and this is Joy's head, of course. Here, this is her head. This is Joy's head. This is your head. The second one here, who do we have? We have fear, but now we have an arrow pointing to his, what is this bit here called? Neck. This is your neck. Which animal has a very long neck? Which animal has a very long neck? That is a giraffe. But let's say I have a cold. Would I say I have a sore neck? No, I wouldn't say I have a sore neck because inside is the throat. The throat is where I drink from. So if I drink something, tasty tea, this is my throat. So this is a sore throat. So be careful with throat and neck. Don't get them mixed up. Neck is the outside, throat is on the inside. And this one is on the sides here, head, knees and toes, and head, knees and toes, head, shoulders. We say shoulders because there's one shoulder and two shoulders. In English, we always add the S when we have a number. We have 1, 2, and 3 different positions of, what are these called? They are called arms, of course, our arms. How many fingers do I have on my hands? Yes, exactly, hands. What do we say when you do something cool and your friend puts his hand in the air and I put my hand in the air and you slap the hands? Put it in the comments if you know. What's it called? You give someone a high and you slap their hand. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of one thing and then 1 of another. Because we don't call this one the same as these 4, do we? These 4 have a different name to this one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, right? These are fingers. But then we have this one, which is a thumb, right? We can do a thumbs up, positive, or a thumbs down. Do we know the names of each finger? Do we know the names? This finger is the pinky finger. This finger is the ring finger. This finger is the middle finger, even though it's not in the middle. And this finger is the index finger. Good. So we have names for each of the fingers. Perfect. Fingers and thumbs. That was the classic joke when we were children, right? Someone would say, how many fingers am I holding up? And you say, 5. You go, ha. No, 4 and 1 thumb. What is it called in the middle? We have a few names for it. We can call it belly. Is it belly? Yes, we can call it belly, or we can call it stomach. Okay, again, sadness. We're looking really sad this time. On the ground. Don't cry, sadness. We love you. Which part of sadness are we looking at here? If this is the front, what is this? Going to the front and the back. Exactly. This is my back. Exactly. That's my favorite place to get a massage, right? A back massage. I think that's where most people have the stress built up. So we get the massage on our back. We run with these. Do we run with our arms? I mean, some people can. I've seen some people who can walk on their hands. They use their hands. They do a handstand, and then they walk with their hands. But normally, we run and we walk with our legs. Yes, legs are the correct answer here. We have how many legs? 2 legs. That's again why we use the S here. Right, it's 1 leg, 2 legs. Always with English, if it's plural, There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We use the plural S on the end of the noun. Be careful though, because the noun might be irregular, like the word person. We wouldn't say 2 persons. Eek, it's wrong. What would we say? We would say 2 people. Because people is irregular, we do not put the S on, we change the noun itself. What we got next? Da, 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 da. Obviously, it's going to be the one with a silent K. Now, how do we pronounce this? I've just said silent K. Do we say kni? Is that how we say it? Kni? Of course not. We say ni. Just get rid of this K. Imagine it doesn't exist and say N-E-E. Knee. Never say kni. Okay, it's just your knees. Again, we say head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Again, knees, because we're referring to both knees. Both knees. 1 knee, 2 knees with the S. Perfect. The beautiful green. Which one was green? It's discussed, right? It is her foot, of course. But again, this is irregular, right? This is a nice one to show what I mean, because it's 1 foot. How do we say 2? Do we say 2 foots? I have 2 foots. Is that right? Or is it F-E-E-T? Exactly, it is. It's feet. 1 foot, 2 feet. So the plural again here is irregular. We do not use the S, so be careful with these ones. What's on the end of the feet? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. So we already know that these are, again, the toes in English, not the foot fingers, as they may incorrectly be translated to. Good, so the toes, well done. Now, we're going to play a little quiz. You can comb and brush it. So we have extra words now, more words than we just saw in this presentation. If I comb or brush, what can I comb and brush? Can I comb and brush my chest? Well, I guess yes. If I'm very, very hairy, I guess yes. But in general, no. Can I comb and brush my hand? Again, maybe if I'm incredibly hairy, maybe. If I'm like a monkey, maybe. But in general, no. Again, finger. Comb and brush my finger. No. Of course, here. Can I comb and brush my ankle? Ankle is a new word. What does ankle mean? Your ankle is similar to your wrist. This is your wrist, which connects your hand to your arm, right? This is your wrist, and your ankle is the same down there, right? So, of course, we cannot brush or comb that. We brush and comb hair. That is what we brush and comb. To be honest, I don't brush or comb my hair. I just use the hair dryer. I use the hair dryer and I style it with the hair dryer when it's drying after the shower. Okay, do you guys brush? Do you guys comb your hair every day? Is it normal for you? Let me know. The part of the face between the hairline and the eyes. What part of the face? Here we go. We have another new word. So we have the eyes here. We have the hairline here. So what is this part called of the head? It's not an easy one, you know? It's not an easy one. I think some B2 learners might not know the name of this one. But I think looking at the answers, we should be able to understand. Because we know it's not teeth, right? And we understand now it's definitely not knee. We can tell it's not shoulder, because that's here. And of course, we can tell it's not belly, because it's down here. And then, of course, we see here the answer is your forehead. So we had the head. The head refers to the whole thing. This is my head. But my forehead is just this front part here. So this is my forehead. Yes? Perfect. You have one above your eye. Interesting. You only have one. I like that they said it like that, but it could be you have one above each eye. But again, I guess it's not lying. What is above your eye? Above is this way, not down, not below. This is below your eye. This is above your eye. So what do we have? Again, we know it's not toe. We understand it's not disappearing this time. We understand it's not ear, right? Because these are on the side. We understand now, I taught you that this is wrist here, so it can't be your wrist. Of course, it's not your leg, which is all the way down there. Of course, these are your eyebrows. Your eyebrows. Most of our emotions come from our eyebrows, right? If you're happy, your eyebrows are higher. If you're surprised, they are very high. You can see with them. What do we see with? Of course, this one, I'm not going to spend too much time because it's very easy. We should know this one. It is your eyes. We see with our eyes, of course. Nice and easy, that one. All right, and again, you hear with them. We should know this one because I'm listening right now with my headphones, and my headphones go over my ears. Perfect. Over my ears. Look at that guy's ear. Giant ear. If you have a giant ear like this person, you can hear a lot more. And sometimes now, because I realize I'm getting older, when I'm in the classroom and I cannot hear a student, I actually do this. I do the whole old man thing. I use my hand and I direct my hearing towards them. And I promise you, this actually helps you hear better. If you can't hear what's happening, you might look a bit silly. If you don't care about looking a bit silly and you want to hear that person better, you can use your hand next to your ear, cup your ear, and then direct your hearing towards that person. It really works. You can smell with it. Okay, what is this thing on the middle of my face? Quite another easy one, I believe. I think we learned this very early because it's such a cute thing when we're younger. Boop. And we press it like a button sometimes. Boop. And different things happen for babies, right? If I'm interacting with a baby, boop, wah, boop, happy face. We use things like that. So, of course, this is a nose. And, of course, here we have a bad smell that has come in. And this person has put a peg on his nose to stop the bad smell coming into his nose.
And then if you put your hand on your nose like this, you speak very funny because it gets all nasally and it goes through this way.
You can eat with this. This should be nice and easy. Another one. Where do we put food? Do we put food in our shoulder? Do we put food in our neck? Do we put food in our eyebrow? Do we put food in our hair? Well, maybe if we're crazy. But no, of course, we put food in our mouth. Of course. Well, that's a scary looking mouth. That image is a little bit horrifying. But yes, we put food into our mouth and we use our teeth to chew the food, and then we swallow it down our throat, which is our neck on the outside. Well done. All right, you should brush them after eating. Okay, we just talked about this. I just said it. Of course, what do we do when we have a big smile? What do we show? What are they? They should be nice and white, hopefully. Hopefully they're nice and white if you've been to the dentist recently. And of course, this is your teeth. Your teeth. It joins the head to the shoulders. So what joins the head to the shoulders? What joins those two together? What's this bit here? This is, of course, the neck. This is, of course, the neck here. Perfect. And then the part between the neck and the arm. What do we have here? The part between the neck and the arm. Here's the arm. Here's the neck. What's the bit in between? In between, in the middle of. In the middle of. Well, of course, we know it's not belly there. We know it's not hair. We know it's not finger. Of course, we know it's not nose. And then, of course, the only one it can be is our shoulders. What do we do with our shoulders when we want to say, I don't know? I want to say, I don't know. You ask me a question and I say, I don't know, but I don't want to say I don't know. I can use my shoulders. I can shrug. I can shrug my shoulders. Today, what do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? So we shrug our shoulders. The part below your neck. Well, I mean, Many of these things are below our necks because it's there, but I guess it means the part directly below our neck, the part that's right next to our neck. Of course, the leg is below our neck, but it's quite far below. We have to keep going down. Again, the neck, the ear is above our neck. It's above, not below. It's above. The ankle is below because, as I said, it's the bit like your wrist, but it's down there. It connects your foot to your leg. That is your ankle. But again, it's very far down. And your hand, yes, of course, it depends. Now it's above my neck. Now it's below my neck. It depends where we put it. But of course, the right answer is your chest. Your chest. Okay, your hand is at the end of it. So the end of my, there is my hand. Again, I think this one is quite easy. It is obviously our teeth. No, I'm joking. It's our eyebrows. No, of course not. Forehead, remember forehead now? That's the bit between our hair and our eyes. That's here. So of course, no. And of course, foot is the singular of feet, and those are at the bottom. We stand on our feet, and of course here it's our arm. Perfecto. I am now clapping with my hands using my arms, right? I need my arms or my hands would not be able to function. Perfecto. Let's go. This part is below your chest area. So below your chest area. Here is my chest, right? Upper chest, right? And what's below my chest area? Of course, this is where when I eat food, where does my food go? It goes down my throat and into my belly. Well done. All right, the part between the arm and the hand. Okay, I've said this one a few times. It's the one that allows you to move your hand around in this motion. What's this bit called? What's this bit called? Okay, yes, it's not the neck, it's not the chest, it's not the mouth, it's not the shoulders, but it is the wrist. Well done. This is your wrist. You can do this with your wrist. Well done. Good. All right, you can grab things with it. What can we grab things with? I grabbed my water bottle. I took my water bottle with my, of course, nice and easy, with my hand. Nice and easy here. Perfect. And then you have 5 on each hand. What do I have 5 of? Do I have 5? What was the joke earlier? Or do I have 4 and 1 thumb? I don't know. Some people say I have 5 fingers. Of course, this is actually wrong because it's 5 fingers with an S. But also, it depends. I think you have 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a thumb. Thumbs up. We don't say fingers up, do we? Otherwise, it would be fingers up and fingers down. We say thumbs up and thumbs down. Perfect. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you remember the name of each finger? We have the pinky finger. We have the ring finger, because this is where the wedding ring goes. We have the middle finger, which is a weird name, I guess, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because of these, if you classify this as a finger, it's the middle finger, but I say thumb, so depends. And then we have the index finger, which we use for pointing. It's in the middle of your leg. What's in the middle of your leg? It has the silent K. It has the silent K. We don't pronounce it how it looks or how it's spelt, right? We have neck, eyebrow, nose, chest. But here, of course, we know it's not knee, but we know it's knee. Again, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. The best song for children, And I love the song so much, I sing it every day because I'm a little bit crazy. Okay, so we need them to walk. What do we need to walk? Pretty obvious here, right? We don't need our forehead to walk, do we? We don't need our ears to walk. We don't need our eyes to walk. And we definitely don't need our shoulders to walk. So We need our legs to walk. Perfect. Well, those are some pretty ripped legs. There's some pretty defined muscles here. This guy clearly goes to the gym, and he does not skip leg day. It connects your foot to the leg. We've talked about it a lot here. This time the K is not silent, so we do pronounce the K because it's not anle, it's ankle. Be careful because this kind of sounds similar to uncle. An uncle and ankle, very different things. Okay, so you stand on them. You cannot stand on your mouth because we say stand up, of course. You cannot stand on your knees, and you cannot stand on your legs because we're not on your legs. You are standing on your feet, of course. And now we finally see the plural. We see F-E-E-T for both feet. F-O-O-T for one foot. So foot and feet here. Perfect. All right, you have 5 on each foot. Are they called foot fingers, everybody? Do we call them foot fingers? No, we call them head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Thank you so much for coming today. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.